everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Carson. In this video we are setting up my May bullet journal theme. I'm really excited about this month's theme. It took me a minute to figure out exactly what I wanted to do as a theme because of last month I did strawberries and tea, and if you want to go watch that video I can link it down below if you like. And so I wanted to kind of like keep a springtime type feel maybe. I was trying to figure out between that and one other theme that I probably will end up doing for next month or getting into the summer. So this theme is oranges and lemons and citrus and just kind of springy time. Spring and summer, both, because I mean you're drinking lemonade and both spring and summer, so I thought, you know what, but mainly I wanted oranges as the predominant theme just because I thought, you know, don't really use a lot of orange in my things, and I thought, you know what, doing an orange theme, especially around now, and especially the fact I live in Florida, might be a good idea. But perfect timing, why not? So I decided to make a little carton of orange juice instead of, you know, like the plastic Tropicana type ones. I kind of wanted to make it look like a carton at least. And I added a lemon and I added an orange as well. And I first sketched it. I couldn't really figure out what exactly I wanted to do. I always have trouble trying to figure out what my main themes, like my front pages, especially at the way I like to do it. I fill up the entire full page, at least the first page wise, of just whatever the theme is. Usually it depends on the theme. I can be able to fill it up pretty easily depending on the theme, but if it's a theme like, you know, like this one, oranges and lemons and citrus, I was like, okay, well I can only draw so many, you know, lemons and oranges, and what else can I possibly add to this to maybe, you know, make it a little bit more spring, not just the citrus. And so I used some of the colors I used for my tombos with my last April setup. I thought the colors for the flowers were really pretty, and those were the colors I used during the strawberries and little flowers I made throughout that theme. And, you know, when I was looking at all my colors, I was like, ooh, I really like these colors. I really enjoyed using these colors, and I don't use them that often. Might as well. Let's fill in some space. Let's fill in some flowers. Flowers always can be like great space fillers, especially if you don't know what else to do. And so I decided, you know what, let's make some flowers. Let's put some flowers in there. And on my test page, so every month, I don't know if I've showed this, but every month, my last page in my journal, like for each and every month, is my next month page. I just label it next month. But that is where I can sketch out any of my ideas, write any of my ideas, write, you know, what kind of markers I'm using, so I can be prepared for when I'm doing this or just filling it out in general. And I want to know exactly what number marker, especially for tombos. Especially when I was doing this, I had to test a couple markers to figure out what would be the closest to the oranges color that I could get, especially outside and inside. And same with the lemon. I had to test some of them to make sure I had the colors that actually, you know, made it look exactly how it should. And so that took me a little test time period before drawing this and figuring out exactly what I wanted to do, and then trying to figure out what colors looked good with what should I do, you know. So that's kind of what I do every single month before I get to the videos. And then, so right now I'm taking white out because I did mess up a little bit. My lines are a little wonky more than usual, and because I'm getting used to filming but whenever I'm doing it like personally, before I ever start filming these videos, which you'll see later because I have a clip of, I get very, very close to my book, and like face wise, very close, because I want to make sure I'm getting as perfect as a line pull as I can. So with these videos, my camera is usually in the way, and I don't want to get too close to the, journal and block you guys with my head, because I did it in one of my earlier videos, and so I'm like, okay, I need to like sit back a little bit and do it. But then I'm like, I need to get closer so I can make these lines look beautiful. But I know that, especially filming wise, I'll get better at doing it. Just at least for now, it's gonna look a little wonky. Just for now, hopefully. Fingers crossed it gets better. But yeah, so now I'm making my playlist page. I've been doing this a lot more this year. I mentioned that in previous videos. I did it in the journal I started when I started journaling in general. About 3 years ago, I did it in that one, in my first one. And I did it for a little bit. I kept up with it. But then there would be times where I just, I'd fall off and not be able to fill in. Same with like mood tracker. That's why you don't ever see me do a mood tracker, because I'm very bad, I've realized, about doing that. So at least this year with the playlist, because I'm in my car a lot, I always want to write down like, oh, what song am I listening to? What podcast am I listening to at the moment? Things like that, because I thought, originally I only put songs, but really you can put anything you want. Whatever you're listening to in general, even if it's a podcast or not, you can put whatever you're listening to. So I thought, you know what, this year let's do it. And then I thought to add a little bit of green down at the bottom of the page, because I thought, you know what, let's tie it in for these 2 pages. And I loved how those 2 pages turned out, because they turned out really pretty. And now I'm working on my social plans. So this is where I write anything I want to possibly work on for any social media type thing that I do every single month. And because usually I don't know where else to write it, I have a whole journal specifically for it, but there are times where I want to just have this journal in front of me and just write like a handful of like random goals that I figure out that I want to make for the month. And then I've been seeing a lot of these little moon framed images with clouds on my Pinterest board that I saved, and I thought, you know what, it would be a good idea to maybe add some of those, because I could go with the theme. And that's why you saw on the other page I added some clouds and I added a moon on the playlist page. And I thought, you know what, because the reference picture that I used, it had similar colors to, oranges and lemons, and I felt like it went with the citrus theme, like color wise. So I thought, you know what, let's add a little extra bit, not just completely citrus, but let's add some, whimsy, some fantasy type deal that I always love drawing. So these pages, the spread specifically, since I did a lot of citrus on the other pages, I thought, you know what, let's add some of those flowers back. Why not? So this is why at the bottom of the page there are flowers. I might end up, later on adding a couple more things. There's always times where I make this video, or, just in general throughout the month, that I feel like, oh, I could have added that. Let me just put it in my journal right now, and let me fill up the space, because maybe I think, oh, this would have been really good for the space, or this would have fit perfectly for the space, and let me just add it. So that's probably what I'll end up doing on this page. And Lily decided to want to grace us with her presence during this and wanted to just hang out with me, figure out what I was doing. And so I wanted to keep this little clip in because she's so sweet and she's my little buddy. But then I had to hold the tripod because she kept bumping it because she just wanted to be rubbed and loved. So my flowing page, if you haven't seen any of my other journal setups, I have a flowing page in every single spread. It's basically flowing ideas because I don't like the term brain dump that a lot of other people use. So I thought, let's call it flowing ideas. Let's call it something pretty. And so in every single one of my journals, I put flowing as a page because I don't want to always, write out flowing ideas 24/7 because I did do that and then it got annoying. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to put flowing. If I feel like putting flowing ideas, then I'll put it. But most of the time I just put flowing because I know what it means and I know that that's the page that I write whatever comes to mind, and it's throughout the whole entire month. That's why I put it on every single month spread, because it's just random things that happen throughout the month and I just want to feel like writing it down. If I don't have anywhere else to write it down, I'm just going to put it there. So that's usually what the flowing monthly spread is for. And we're just adding little accent, citruses to keep the theme going on throughout the rest of the spreads, because I didn't want to do something big, especially for these specific pages, because I want as much space as I can in case I fill up all the space with writing in general. And so the one I'm doing right now is my tarot spread, because I practice tarot. I practice witchcraft as well. And so every month I want to add a tarot spread that I do whatever tarot cards I pull at the beginning of the month or close to the beginning of the month that I think could relate to the month. And then I just write down, what they are, what they mean. And that's really what that page is for. And now I'm setting up my habit tracker and my weeks. I will fully set the habit tracker up in a little bit. I just wanted to get the tile done, and because I didn't really have the grids sketched out, I didn't have them fully displayed yet because I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do. I was trying to figure out what exactly I wanted to track, if I wanted to keep tracking the same things I'm doing for this month, and if I wanted to change it up or what have you. So that's why later on I end up doing the fill-in for that, but at least right now I just went ahead, filled out the rest of my weeks and my notes. And then this clip is just because it's cute. It's with Lily. She was really being my buddy throughout this whole entire video, more than she has with my other videos. But she was really curious about what I was doing, and she stayed up there with me most of the time. And so you see her sitting on this journal, okay? When she gets up in a minute, I realize that she has smudged some of my marker and some of the oranges and stuff, and I didn't know that until she moved. I just thought, oh, Lily's being sweet, blah, 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 blah. And then she moves, and I realized she done smudged some of my stuff. And so I had to use that whiteout again and try to clean it up as best as I can. And I don't know how she did it. See, I'm having to clean it up now because I was like, damn it, Lily. But so yeah, I had to try to do the best I can. It might look a little chunky, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine to me. And here is a little flip through of my progress so far with it, just to show everything I got done and the things I'm still needing to work on, at least to figure out what I'm doing. And I wanted to keep this clip in because I thought it was really cute. It was me setting up my camera. You might hear the volume in it, and Lily was already sitting on my desk ready. She wanted love, and that's why I wanted to keep it in, because you could hear her do her little me, because that's how she yells at us 24/7. She just goes me all the time. And so right now what I'm doing is, you see how close I have to get, is what I was talking about earlier. I have to get very close to my journal, and to make sure my lines are as still as possible, like my hand and my lines are straight as possible. And so right now what I'm doing is filling in the habit tracker, filling in the tarot spread with my grids, just flipping through. I just wanted to show not just an up close shot of what I've been showing, but at least just that's why I usually skip some of them, and probably this is the only time that I'm going to film it like that, but I just wanted to show, at least if you ever wonder in any of my journal setups why I skip some of the ones where I have to draw boxes and draw lines and everything, this is why, because I have to lean down and basically have my face as close to the page as possible. So this is a final flip through of this month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, whenever this reaches you, and let me know what your theme is for this month. Leave it down in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.